This video will cover the perpendicular constraint and the parallel constraint. The perpendicular constraint will make the selected lines perpendicular to each other. The parallel constraint will make the selected lines parallel to each other. Both constraints can be used within the same sketch or between a sketch figure and the linear edge of a model. When using either of these constraints, generally, the first object selected becomes the anchor point, that is, it remains stationary, while the second object changes to become parallel or perpendicular to it. Exceptions to this rule occur if there is a fixed constraint or some other condition limiting the movement of the second item selected. There are two different ways to add either of the constraints. Example 1, the first way, automatic, using inferencing. While sketching, if you have constraint inferencing turned on, the default condition, both of these constraints will be applied automatically to objects that are either parallel or perpendicular to an existing object. Here's the parallel constraint being applied, and here's the perpendicular constraint being applied. Example 2, the second way, manual selection. After the sketch has been placed, select either of the sketch constraints and select the two lines or the line and a linear edge. Here's the application of the parallel constraint, applied first to two lines, and now to a line and an edge. Now the perpendicular constraint is applied to two lines, and a line and an edge. In this video, you learned how the parallel and perpendicular constraints can be applied between a pair of lines or between a line and the linear edge of a model. You also learned that the first item selected acts as an anchor in most cases, and you saw how these two constraints can be applied manually or automatically.